בכבוד.
Give you permission. Let me close the move. Lost his family in the Holocaust. And they used to beat him over there, the Gestapo. So every time they beat him, he said, you know why? Because it says, this is parasha. In the end, at the end, the 98 curses. The curses coming is the king.
Machina Rabbi, the police is here. Start, please.
Coming, all these curses coming, 98 curses, horrible curses, this is parasha. Because the Torah says you did not worship Hashem with simcha. It's a sentence in the Torah, the text speaks like this. תחת אשר לא עבדת את השם בשמחה ברוב כל בטוב לבב. So that every time they hit him, he said, I deserve it. I deserve it. I did not worship Hashem b'simcha. That's what the Torah says. It's hard to believe that you get 98 curses because you don't worship Hashem b'simcha. But that's the text reads like this. Text said it. You're going to get 98 curses. Says the Gemara, the reason why we read this parasha this week is because 2 weeks before Rosh Hashanah we should read this parasha. And after we read it, hopefully the curses will be behind us. And the question is, what does it mean exactly? Because you read it, it's going to be behind you. What does it mean? How important it is, this is parasha, is really to get rid of all the curses. Horrible curses. The Torah gives you the key. If you would have been b'simcha, you wouldn't have it. What do you have? I was b'simcha. You can say on the close book, he wasn't b'simcha. How can we say that was b'simcha? One of the greatest we have. No, it wasn't b'simcha. I mean, tell us the following. The simcha is really the most important thing. Hashem created this world with simcha. Hashem himself is simcha. Hashem wants us to be in simcha. If you're not b'simcha, it means it's a shell. And says, you got to be b'simcha. Yeah, I'm b'simcha. What do you want for my life? This is why it says Hashem wants me to be in simcha. Hashem created me to be in simcha. Why did he create me to be in simcha? Why? What Hashem, what's so important for Hashem? I should be b'simcha. Doesn't matter. So the Gemara tells us like this. When Hashem created mankind, and Adam and Hashem was still on the floor, the angels asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is this the product that you meant when you spoke to us? That you want to create a person? Hashem said, no, it's not him. He's a great grandson. 23 generations later, Yaakov Avinu will be born. He is the product. This guy's not the product. So why is not the product? As you see, my picture, Hashem said to the angels, is on the chair. Kisei HaKavod. It said, that's the product. I want this guy. So I want this guy. What's wrong with the others? One of the scriptures of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moshe Rabbeinu is going to say it in after Rosh Hashanah, Parashat Ha'azino. Kel emunah ben Abel, tzaddik v'yashar hu. This is the description of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is it tzaddik v'yashar. It's embarrassing to say description about HaKadosh Baruch Hu is tzaddik. And of course he's yashar. Says the Gemara like this. When Hashem created mankind, he discussed with the angels, told the angels, now say Adam, let's create a person like us. Says the Gemara, what does Hashem mean? What? So he comes If Hashem describes, as Moshe Rabbeinu says, Tzaddik v'yashahu, it means Hashem said, I'm going to create a person. It should be like me. It should be tzaddik, it should be yashar. That's it. And if a person is not yashar, it defeats the purpose of creation. The Gemara says before the neshama comes down, Hashem makes the neshama to swear. You have to be straight. Otherwise you can destroy the world. We don't know what straight exactly is yet. But this is the obligation for the creation to be straight. How far it goes? The Pasuk in Kohelet, Shlomo Melech says, Elokim asat adam yashar. Again, comply with that sentence in the Torah. Hashem said, let's create a person like us. As Elokim. Doesn't say Hashem because Nase Adam Etzamik Limit is Elokim. Elokim said it. So Shlomo said, Elokim asat adam yashar. Hashem made mankind straight. והם ביקשו חשבונות רבים. It says, Shlomo said, Hashem made you straight, but in your life, you look and you seek something that takes you off the track to be straight. Come to the Gemara and tell us the secret of our life. The Pasuk really will say Friday night, אור זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. Says the Gemara in Masechet Tanit like this. What is really the goal of your life? So the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot says that when you learn Torah, you reach a level. First you're tzaddik, then you chassid, and then you yashar, and then you ne'eman. חכמים תל הספר. הקדוש ברוך הוא, we say in השואל, צדיק השם בכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו. השם איזה צדיק, השם איזה חסיד. What does it mean exactly? And then the Torah says that Hashem is yashar. צדיק בישר, צדיק בישר. Says the Gemara, tzaddik is light from Hashem, or zaru ala tzaddik. Leishrei lev, if your heart is straight, simcha. Simcha, says Rashi, is much greater than light. So, who is greater? Yashar is greater than tzaddik. Or zaru ala tzaddik, tzaddik has light. Yisrael, whoever has a straight heart, he has simcha. A simcha, it is because you have your heart straight. It's not the simcha that you can see of music, but nothing. Because the heart of the person, he is in simcha. But only if the heart is straight. So Ari says, one of the sentences that applies to Chodesh Elul, we're going to read next week. Uman Hashem Elokecha, Hashem is going to do Brit Milah, Et Lebavcha, your heart, Et Levav Zarecha, and your children. Says Dari, Et, the first letter is Aleph, Levavcha, first letter is Lamed. Ulevav, the first letter is Vav. Hashem Elokecha. Et Lebavcha ve'et Levav is Elul. The job in Elul that Hashem wants to do heart operation on us. That's really the Rambam says that's the power of the shofar. The shofar is only to prepare us for the operation. As the Gemara says, Rabbi Aderet said, "B'Tishret Mashiach should come on Rosh Hashanah." You know why? Because Rosh Hashanah we have a new heart. Actually, the Navi says Hashem said that Hashem is going to take the heart or the stone heart that we have. It's going to give us a flesh heart. As it refers to the Torah, that Hashem said, I'm going to bring Milah to you. the Mashiach will come. It means that Hashem will take the Yetzer Hara away, and then our heart, so-called, will have Brit Milah. Ari says that's the job on the Lord. You know why? Because the Ishrei Lev Simcha, your heart have to be straight, and then you have Simcha. And Simcha is something that Hashem wants. We don't know yet why, but Simcha is required to have, but it's not because you're going to dance and sing. It means nothing. Yishrei Lev Simcha. Anu tzadikim b'Hashem, Yisharim nabat hila. You can't praise Hashem if your heart is not straight. Hashem doesn't want to hear it. Actually, we say it on Shabbat, Nishmat Ruchai. And said, "V'ti Yisharim tithalal, v'tzadikim titbarach, v'chasdim tomam, titgadash." He says, "Yisharim nabat hila." He says, only if the heart of the person is straight, he can sing to Hashem. Shenema, O Zohar Tzaddik, Yishrei Lev Simcha. It's like this. Singing Simcha can be only if your heart is straight. Says that you should know. Elul is something else. It's preparation. The Selichot is preparation. That Rosh Hashanah comes to Hashem. I want to know how. And actually, the Gemara says this is happening on Rosh Hashanah. The Gemara says, Parashat Pinchas, when Hashem talks about the sacrifices, every time it says, V'kraftim, sacrifice. It comes to Rosh Hashanah, you read the text. Parashat Pinchas talks about Rosh Hashanah, it says, V'asithem, Ola. Gemara Yerushalmi says. Says the Gemara, why Hashem changed? Instead to write in the Torah, she sacrifice, Hashem said, do it. Not do it, sacrifice it. Man says, no, it goes on you. Hashem is going to make you a new person, Rosh Hashanah. The purpose of Selichot is to come to Rosh Hashanah, I'm a new person. This is why my heart is straight. And then you fulfill, so-called, the hope of Hashem that created mankind. Tzadik v'yasharu, Hashem is straight. Some will know what it means, straight. You don't know yet what it means, how to make it, what straight means exactly. We do know Yaakov is called straight. We don't know exactly what it is yet. But, says the Gemara, you should know the job of Rosh Hashanah to be straight. Again, the Rambam says the Shofar will do the job for you. But you have to be ready to come to Rosh Hashanah. You're going into the operation. That's the whole purpose of Rosh Hashanah. So the whole, prepare yourself to have a straight heart called Yashar. We don't know what it is yet. And that's the reason why Hashem decided Rosh Hashanah as the day He's going to judge us. He's going to judge you. He's going to judge me Rosh Hashanah. Why? When Nissim said, well, Adam HaRishon was created Rosh Hashanah. So what? So Adam HaRishon, so-called, he did not behave, he ate from the tree, he stole from the tree. So Hashem wants to give you, the Rabbi Nissim said, a chance, so-called. Rosh Hashanah, Hashem judges us. He judges us to see, you're working on it, you want to be straight, you want to be straight, you want to be straight. I said, so when the Talmud says, I want to explain to you what it means exactly, what it means. They said on the Pasuk that Hashem is Yashar. It says, so I'll tell you what Hashem schedules every day. The first 3 hours of the day, Hashem learns Torah. The second 3 hours of the day, Hashem judges. The third 3 hours of the day, Hashem makes zivugim, whatever it means. And the last 3 hours of the day, Hashem more about the parnasa. Actually, the Machloket in Gemara really, what do you mean Hashem judges us every day? Well, there's one opinion in the Gemara like this. But I mean, so is the Yerushalmi as well. Why Yerushalmi says the same thing? What it means like this. First 3 hours of the day, Hashem learns Torah because that makes you Yashar. And this is the same Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. The Torah is, of course, the Torah will make you happy. Perfect, Torah will make you happy. Why do you need to be happy? If you're not straight in your heart, this is not happiness. by learning Torah, by learning the depth of the Torah, your heart becomes straight. So of course Hashem doesn't need it. But Hashem so-called tells us what He wants from us. We don't know yet why. But we know what Hashem does because Hashem wants us to follow Him. That's what He told the angels. He says, let me make a person. So I'm going to make them. I said, okay Hashem, tell me tell me my schedule for the day. Hashem said that to the angels, I want to make somebody like me. So we have to have the same schedule. So what's my schedule? First 3 hours of the day you have to learn Torah. The second 3 hours of the day, again, this is because you want to straighten your heart. So Yerushalmi says. The second, 3 hours of the day, Hashem judges. Hashem really judges in Rosh Hashanah. Hashem doesn't judge every day. It's the halacha. But what it means is Hashem is supervised to see His creatures, His beloved one. What did they do? Are they doing the right thing? Like a father watches his children, he wants to make sure the children do the right thing. Not because he's judging, to judge us, to punish us. To look after us. To look after. It means a person, 3 hours of the day, should look upon himself. Especially the Gemara says that it takes 3 hours really to watch something. The Gemara says, Chassidim HaRishonim, they used to come to Beit HaKnesset 3 hours before Shemona Esrei. Before Mincha used to come 3 hours. Before Avid used to come 3 hours. Before they stayed the Shemona Esrei. This is in order for you to check yourself if your heart is straight. The third 3 hours of the day, Hashem's it means Hashem is making peace between people. It says, Vakeh Shalom Be'ortfeu. The Melech says, his job in this world is to install peace, to make sure that everybody is happy with each other, like Aaron HaKohen. And the fourth one is Parnasa. He says, you work for yourself, you try to make Parnasa. This is called Yashar. And Hashem wants us to be Yashar because He is Yashar. He wants you to be Yashar. And that's the whole job on Elu. So that's Ezra told them Israel, it's not to cry. Go home, eat, send Mishloach Manot, you'll be happy. This is why? Because that's going to make your heart straight. Crying doesn't do anything. If you can achieve Simcha, as long as your heart is straight, the achievement of Simcha is by far greater than all the ta'anit and all the tefillot, everything. That's our job. That's our job. Say Chachamim, what's the really excuse me. the pasuk, Umal Hashem Elokecha, et lebavcha ואת לבב זרעך. Reads like this. Hashem can do brit milah to your heart to make it straight. לאהבה את השם אלוקיך, in order for you to love Hashem. למען חייך, in order for you to live. Says the Gemara, it says, what do you mean? It says, you do brit milah on me, in order for me to love Him, in order for Him to live. So the Gemara says, no, it means something else. למען חייך means עולם הבא. Hashem created us here to be in Olam Haba. How am I going to get to Olam Haba? Elul. Hashem is going to do application to my heart. I'm going to have a straight heart. And I'm going to love Hashem. And I'll be besimcha to be in Olam Haba. So Elul is just preparation to Olam Haba. What's the tool to get to Olam Haba? Your heart has to be straight. And you be besimcha, and then because of that you love Hashem, and in that you complete so-called the hope of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in created mankind. So this really is Yaakov Avinu. This is really Yaakov Avinu. That's why Yaakov Avinu so-called image in the chair of Hashem. That's Hashem told the angels. Adam HaRishon is not. Says the Gemara, that pasuk Shlomo HaMelech says, Elokim עשה את האדם ישר. הקדוש ברוך הוא made a person straight. הם ביקשו חשבונות רבים. The people looked for excuses to look for things. He refers to, the Gemara says, the snake and even Chava. The heart was not straight. Our problem in our life, our heart is not straight. Straight means learn Torah, look for other people, make peace between people, have parnasa, and think only one way, straight. That's what Torah describes Yaakov Avinu. Each time Yoshev Ohalim, Bani Novat Yaakov. He sits in yeshiva, there's no limit. Then he goes, that's parnasa. But Yaakov Avinu is straight. In the Torah Emet Yaakov. And that's needed for Olam Haba, not in Olam Haba. But you can't be in Olam Haba unless you're straight, unless you have Simcha, unless you have Hashem. Says Dari, that's the job in Elul. That's the purpose of Selichot is Hashem, I'm sorry, I wasn't straight. I didn't learn enough. I wasn't honest enough. I didn't judge the people for the right thing. So my heart is crooked. I come to Rosh Hashanah and in front of Hashem, you should do a heart operation for me. I need a heart operation. I want my heart to be straight. So that's the whole purpose of the shofar. Says the Rambam, the shofar, people hear the shofar. You see, is to straighten the heart. The Gemara says, why there are thunders? Of course, thunders. Why do we have thunders? I mean, why we have thunders? Why Hashem made it? People get scared. The Gemara says the Asher Akmamiyut Shebalev, to make our hearts straight. When you hear a bomb, you hear a missile, jump out of bed. It says, be scared. Hashem wants you to be scared. That straight your heart. You get this like a shock. And then to keep it, to be straight, then you need those 4 ingredients. Torah, to try to be straight all the time, to make peace between people, to make parnasa with honesty. And it says, this is Yaakov Avinu. And it says, the shofar, says the Rambam, is to scare you. It says the Nabi, we hear the shofar, if you hear a shofar, you scare. You hear a siren in Israel. You hear a siren in Israel, all jump out of bed. This is to make the heart straight. It's needed for the Geula. The Torah says for the Geula, you need a straight heart. And that's Moshe said, listen, Hashem tzaddik v'yashar. This is how do I get it? Mishnah Beit Yavot tells you. Lowest level is tzaddik. Tzaddik means he keeps the Torah perfect. Try not to do a sin. It's the first of Avraham Avinu. Hashem calls Avraham Avinu tzaddik. The second level is Avinu is called Chassid. The Masid Chassid means that he does extra for Hashem. Yitzchak was ready to sacrifice himself to Hashem. It's called tzaddik. It's called Chassid. The third level is Yashar. Is Yaakov Avinu. If very high, like he says, Yaakov Avinu is called from outside. Inside is Moshe Rabbeinu. It's called Naaman. That's what Rambam writes in his commentary. A person in his lifetime has to have the desire to be like Moshe Rabbeinu. Nobody came like Moshe Rabbeinu. Torah says nobody was like Moshe Rabbeinu. Nobody can come to Moshe Rabbeinu. The Zohar says his neshama was so high, nobody can get it. But the Rambam says every Jew can be like Moshe Rabbeinu. I can be like Moshe Rabbeinu. It's not even a joke. What Chachamim say. Moshe Rabbeinu described by Hashem is Naaman. It means Hashem trusts Moshe Rabbeinu. Naaman b'chol beto. And says that's what Hashem expects. But expectation from HaKadosh Baruch Hu from us is to reach the level Yashar. And Hashem said, I'm going to make a person, Hashem meant to be like him, like angels, straight. Nabi says, the angels they don't have knees. רגליהם רגל ישרה. Rabbi Aderet, it describes the scenery on Shavuot. We read the Haftarah. Rabbi Aderet said, I saw the angels over there. Safim עומדים מעלו. They have wings. Yeah. רגליהם רגל ישרה. Says the Gemara, angels don't have knees. They have feet, okay? They have wings. They don't have hands. But Hashem didn't make them knees. Which is why Hashem didn't make them knees. If Hashem made them feet, let them have knees also. רגליהם, was. The angels don't bother. The angels have רגל ישרה. ישרה means straight. It says, it says Hashem stands. Moshe Rabbeinu said in Shamayim, I stood. Moshe Rabbeinu said, I said. The Gemara said, didn't sit. Moshe didn't sit. Moshe just, bent down. He was always on his feet. As in Beit HaMikdash, there had no chairs. Only one chair for Mashiach. The king that comes to David. Stand. You don't sit down. You come to the Knesset, you don't sit down. רגליהם רגל ישרה. Yom Kippur, people stand up. Try to stand up. Hoshana people stand up. You know why? Shulchan Aruch said. Because you have to be like an angel. So the angels don't sit. So why? Because they're straight. You have to be straight. That's the whole power of the Torah. To be straight. The mezuzah is straight. Salah is straight. Because Hashem is straight. Hashem wants to be straight. Because Hashem wants to be in Olam Haba. But Hashem wants to be straight. Hashem is a Knesset. The Gemara says, Mashiach will come. Hashem is going to make a circle for the tzaddikim. A circle. Dancing. Dance on your feet. Be straight. And then Hashem is going to be in the center. And people say, this is Hashem. This is Hashem. What do you see? Hashem is straight. As Moshe Rabbeinu said, Tzaddik v'yashar hu yashar. He said, Yishrei lev simcha. Om tzaddikim b'Hashem. Yisharim navad tehillah. Only if you're straight, you can sing to Hashem. If you're not straight, you cannot sing to Hashem. Singing is singing. As the Gemara says, the goal was in Sukkot. People stood in Beit HaMikdash for 7 days. Stood, did not go to sleep. Stood and slept by being standing. Didn't sit down on the chair. There's no chairs over there, and nobody wants to sit. Because you want to be yashar, you have to be yashar. So that's Elul. Elul means you have to work on yourself, be ready to be yashar.
רבי חניה בן הקשה אומר, עסק במחוז